Good morning. The homebrew kit's out because we're doing a trial brew, another trial batch. As you might have noted on the videos, oh, I'm leaking. What's leaking? What's leaking? Oh, that'll teach me. Where's it dripping from? I can't see where we got a drip. Where have we got a drip? Right, coming underneath. There it is. Oh, back in a mo. Loose hose clamp, Jubilee clip thingy. Oh, it's still leaking. Sorted. Loose hose clamp. Collected all this gear together at the brewery last night. It was all in different places, in pieces, and just reassembled it all, and was missing a couple of hose clamps which I got from Screwfix last night. Anyway, we appear to be sorted now. We're just about up to strike temperature, so we'll get some graining in a minute. So what am I doing? Right, so we've got Murgy Straight, which is working. And we've got the bitter, the Moss and Dragon, which is starting to work. Just on batch 2 of that now, brew 2. The idea was to do a cask stout next, but given the empty cask situation, and we do have some additional casks now, given the empty cask situation, I really want to do something in keg this time. So we're going with an American Pale Ale, APA. Not an IPA, not quite so. It's at the top end of bitterness, I would say, for an APA. Old school hops, Cascade, bit of Citra as well, actually, in there. Simplest grain bill. We've got on my usual extra pale that I use, some Crystal 100. If it works, we'll share the recipe as usual. But this is a trial, really, just to work out the hop scheduling through the brew. I'm not going to dry hop it. Want a simple one for production purposes. It's one that I can throw in when I know I'm not going to be here during the week to do the dry hop. I can just leave it to run then, without relying on anybody else to dive in and dry hop in the evenings, etc. So, yeah, an old school Westie, probably. Hopefully it'll turn out. So let's get stuck in. So fast forward 2 hours probably. We have successfully mashed. It looked like I was a little bit low on the efficiency, but actually now I've just measured it as we've come to the boil. We're pretty much spot on, 10:49 going into the boil. I think the recipe says 10:40, 10:54. I'll check it in a minute. 10:54 for the finish, but it doesn't really matter this time. It's literally just to prove out the hop combo that's in there. So we are just barely boiling. I've just slung in a couple of early bitter additions, a little bit of Magnum, a little bit of Pearl, which I ran out of, so I've subbed it for Chinook, but that'll do. It's literally a few grams for bittering. And then we've got 3 hop additions. We've got a 30-minute, 20-minute flame out. Protoflock. Don't forget the Protoflock. Protoflock 15. Elliot's just, I forgot how hard it was to lift this basket out. Oh my goodness. Just lifted that out. giving it a bit of a squeeze with a pan lid, as you do. I've not home brewed since we started. Well, in fact, since we started building the brewery, really. So probably December, I think. Maybe January. Wanted 10.49 though, got 10.49. Still got it, kids. Okie dokie. First hop edition went in at 30 minutes. Second one is going in now at 20 minutes. No hop basket thingy, just chuck them in. There's not so many. And then we need to set a 5-minute reminder for the protoflock. Did I put that in the wrong time? 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm going to have to check my recipe. Hold on a moment. Okay, no, I was right. 30 minutes, 20 minutes, hop stand. So 30's in, 20's in. Need 5 minutes for a protoflock. 5 minutes to get the cooling coil submerged and sanitized, and then we can wait for 0. Righty, we are currently hop standing. About 15 minutes left to go. Oh, steamy. Looks like most of the gubbins is dropping out, which is nice. 15 minutes time, we'll start the water again, drop it down to, well, hopefully pitching temperature. I can't remember how low this thing goes now. I've definitely had it under 20 before, but probably in the winter. Anyway, we'll drop it down, get it in a firm zilla, and I've emptied the kegerator, drop the increase the temperature of that actually to, where are we? I've set it at 20, it's still warming up a bit, 14 degrees right now. And we'll let her ferment in there. And fingers crossed, if it's good, we'll scale it up and get a big brew on the go. All packed away, unsurprisingly, because we're now 6 days on. Fermentation's pretty much complete. It's just doing its thing and settling out now. So I think next couple of days we'll find that and then transfer to keg and see how she tastes. I just tossed a coin. It was between Screwfix and Tool Station. And today, we're going to go to Tool Station. Because I'm going to fix the lid on that tank, which I wasn't able to clean yesterday. Because the caustic was running down the side. So we're just going to get some bits. And I'll see you down at the unit. Well, I've just had a visitor. Pete came in from Oak Hill Orchard and... what do you call somewhere where you make honey? It's not a honeyary. Anyway, there you go. He's just come in to just to chat about equipment and cooling and a few other things. Lovely fella. Really enjoyed spending an hour or so with him, just chatting about stuff. Covered a lot of ground, and here's his stuff he's brought me. And he doesn't have any. He doesn't have a web store, I'm afraid. But the only way you can buy it is by going to visit him in deepest Derbyshire. But we got some nice apple juice. Fresh, not from concentrate. We've got a couple of bottles of his 8% cider here as well. A couple of different varieties there, and a lovely jar of runny honey. Oh man, look at that. So yeah, exchanged for some advice and a chat. And I feel a bit guilty because we haven't got anything to give back yet, unless you want to take a full cask with you. So we really need to get on with bottling and canning soon, I think. It would be nice to have been able to reciprocate. But anyway, Pete's definitely on the list when we start bottling. But yeah, enjoyed that. Good hour spent. You may have an interesting toilet, but Mike's got a magnificent car. And a dog to go with it. Look at that. Hello, doggy. No seatbelt. Mike and Spike. He has some beautiful cars next door. Really nice. Have a good weekend, mate.
Have a good day tomorrow.
Same to you. And as if by magic, Sean appears with a van full of grain for us. Ta-da! Right, let's get this unloaded. We're ready. So, Sean's gone. It was very good of him to come up on a Friday evening. Obviously, we've not been here during the day. It's a little tricky getting deliveries sometimes. So we decided to split a pallet of malt between us. He didn't quite need 40 sacks right now, and neither did I. But we could both do 20 each. So we've done exactly that. So it looks more than that because obviously I had a bit of stock left anyway. But that should keep me going for Murgy Straight and Bitter and the new American Pale that I'm testing, assuming that recipe works. That should keep us going a couple of months, that little lot there. Within the cold room I have, let me show you. Here is the test keg. I've got a couple others, just in some sanitizer there in case I need them. But we've got this keg here, which contains the same batch of Murgy as these casks over there, and currently hooked up to the gas. It's been carbonating for 5 or 6 days now. It appears to have taken on all of the CO2 that it's likely to be able to, so it's kind of done. So we just need to work out where that's going. I'm pretty sure I'm going to send it to the beer emporium, although Liam doesn't need any beer this week. He might take this one because it's a keg. Della certainly has asked for it, so I'll have a chat with him later, see what he wants to do. If not, there's a couple of other places around that have asked for keg, so we can give them a try, but first come, first served. I'm just going to get this door back on because it's making a bit of a noise, and then I'm going to show you what I did with these seals, and it's not really worked, if I'm honest, but I'll show you anyway. Give me 1 second. This was a rubbish idea, executed badly by me. So what was happening, if you look underneath that rim there, when I have a spray ball through the top hole, you've probably seen the spray balls before. I've got a choice of two. One is a rotatey spinny ball, which sprays in basically 360 degrees. It comes out of the top, but it rotates as it spins. And this is Elusive's spray ball that came with the tank, which is fixed, does not rotate. And they both do the same thing. You drop them through the hole of the tank, pump your whatever through it, caustic solution, acetic acid, whatever, and it sprays on the inside of the tank. But what happens is it just runs down the outside like you wouldn't believe. Puddles on the floor everywhere. So what we did is I put some neoprene gasket, really you'd call it, around, and the weight of the lid compresses that, and it's reduced it a lot, but it still runs onto the concrete floor. Again, another reason that I need to get this bit of floor painted now. We've actually got a fermenter on it. I would say it's reduced it by 80%, but I'm still not happy with it. And on this one, we put that plumber's gold. It's amazing stuff, actually. We put that plumber's gold sealant all around. But it's just created, it's made it even worse, to be honest. It means the lid doesn't close quite properly now. So I've now got to chip all that off again and start again somehow. Anyway, it's not stopping us from doing anything. It's just slowing us down with cleaning. We've literally got to get in there with screwing brushes and rubber gloves on. And I'd rather not. Anyway, little problems, we'll solve them. The only problem here, I'm always getting other people's posts. Anyway, posted it. Anyway, news. Where's the camera on this one? There it is. News from the East Midlands. Murgy Straight is on sale on the bar at the brew shed for the first time, actually, anywhere outside of this area, really. Oh no, we were in Derby, weren't we, at the festival? Anyway, it's there. It's on sale. When we first put it on here, the first cask on the bar here at the King's Lock in Middlewich, we sold it in 3 hours. I would like to set a challenge to the drinkers of North Nottinghamshire and Retford. Beat that. Get yourselves down to the brew shed, get some Murgy Straight, some of their magnificent food, and see if you can beat 3 hours. On your marks, get set, go!